Love and Hip Hop Hollywood reunion part two. Okay, so it left off last reunion with Hazel E walking up on the stage, and so I was just like, okay, look at Hazel E dipping it and doing it. Um, she came up and threw off her little Kim for, you got to going on. What? And Masika was just like, I'm not filming her. I'm not filming with her. I'm not gonna film with her. She never apologized for talking about my daughter. I'm not gonna film with her. Young, 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 young. So I was just like, Lord. So Masika gets up in her dress. Now, I thought Masika looked beautiful. Um, but when I once I saw her dress, like when she stood up, I didn't like it. Mm-mm. But she was just like, I'm leaving off the stage. If that bitch come up on stage, I'm not giving her any more camera time. Nina Parker them looking at her like, who these hoes think they is? Like walking off set and shit. Like, oh, I don't want to film with her and this. That ain't up to you, mama. That ain't up to you. Have a seat. So Hazel E was just like, you know what? I'll say what I said about her, and I meant it pretty much. And she was just like, well, she never apologized but about the things that she said about me. You can tell that Hazel E is still harboring some old feelings, with everything that happened with Young Berg and Masika, which is the main reason why I never cared for Masika after that, because of the way that she did Hazel E when it was when in reference to Young Berg. I did not like that whole situation. She was in every single scene with Hazel E, being her friend, being there, Hazel E, expressing her feelings to her, and then long behold, she ended up going around and fuck around with Young Bird behind her back. And we see how that ended. I think it actually ended with a knot upside her head or something. But child, I was just like, you see, that's why you shouldn't do people wrong and all that kind of stuff, because it always comes back to you, beloved. It will always come back to you, beloved. So Masika, she walks off stage. She starts to walk back, and Nina, asking shady questions. She was just like, "Well, do you feel like Masika's a hoe or a gold digger or something?" And Masika was just like, "Okay, I'm done." And Hazel was just like, "I don't feel like she's a hoe or a gold digger. I feel like she's a pro." I was like, "Oop!" So that was funny, but it was just very interesting, and them two going back and forth with each other is very entertaining. It's similar to how on the Housewives of Atlanta, Kenya and Sheree go back and forth with each other. That whole frenemy thing is, that cuts deep because they both know things about each other. So, but Hazel E's whole thing was she was just like, "Look, I ain't never met Fetty Wap or his eye. Basically, it was a hook that I used, the old hook that he did way, way back in the day. Back in the day when we were 11, not in love anymore. But some days I sit and wish I was in love again. Ba ba, ba ba, da da, na na. Irresponsible things we would do. Fall asleep on the phone, skipping school. Now I'm back to the future, missing you. Like my sweet baby. Okay, y'all let me know who's the artist. It's a female. I love her. I'll give her that. I'll give you a little hint. It's a female. I love her. She's a living legend. And she has a show coming up soon. And what's the name of the song? The artist that of the song that I was singing. What's the name of that song? And what's the name of the album? If you give me all three of those, the album name, the artist, and the song, I'll give y'all a shout out in my next review. Now, my next review will probably be the one that I do next would probably be Real Housewives of Atlanta review. So make sure you guys look at that to check that whole thing out, because since Love and Hip Hop Hollywood is over with, then I mean, it is what it is. I can't give you another shout out in Love and Hip Hop Hollywood review because it's this part two reunion. It's over with. Um, so just look out for my Real Housewives of Atlanta review, and I'll give you a review. I'll give you a shout out in that review. Okay. So moving on from that whole scene, they pretty much got nothing solved. They pretty much got nothing solved with none of these, little scenarios. It was interesting. So the next segment we get onto was the whole safari. And the whole Nikki and the whole Rosa Acosta thing. I do not like Rosa Acosta. She's just very extra, very aggressive. Like people can understand what the hell she's saying anyway. She's throwing insults. She's trying to, she does the whole kind of thing, kind of demean men. I like how I feel like certain, not all, of course, but like how certain like lesbians or whatever do. Like they come for the kids, they come for gay men, and they come for straight men. They come for men in general. It's trying to down them, and it's like, sis, all that ain't necessary. Like, stop. But they get into Safari. They get into his whole accent and how social media blew up about him and his accent and how he acts and all that kind of stuff. It was just like he just feels that people are stupid. I've really grown to like Safari as the seasons have went on. As the season singular has singular has went on. I've grown to like Safari. I think he's cool. Um, I think he's annoying still, and a little, whatever, but a little extra, but you know, so am I. So what the hell? So are most of us actually, especially as YouTubers, child. So they was talking. He was just like, yeah, I feel people are stupid. Miss Dicky Baby, she starts to talk, and Rosa, she was just like, you know what? She was like, I feel like he's trying to be Reggie. I feel like he's trying to be A1. He's trying to be the guys on the show. She was just like, you can't even afford to pay dinner to pick up Nikki's tab. You leave checks. And I was just like, what the fuck? Like, Rosa, why is you insulting this man? Then Safari, he threw a good old jab out to Rosa, but we didn't get to hear it. Because they bleeped it out or whatever. And Nina was just like, there's still a female. I understand you have your issues with her, but that's still a female. And y'all, they kill me with that. Why? I understand respecting women. Obviously, I respect all women. I love women. My mama's a woman. My aunt's a woman. Got female cousins. I love them all. Um, but I don't know why people feel like it's still cool for like women to just completely like dog you out and talk about you and say whatever, but you can't say anything bad just because she's a female. Like I could have been born a damn female too, but I wasn't. Okay, so does that make so why is there certain rules? Like why is it like that? Like so you supposed to beat my ass, spit in my face, kick me in my nuts, and I can't even pinch the bitch? Are you serious? No. But we didn't get to hear what Safari said. But anyway, Safari ended up apologizing. And she was just like, "Look, I gave you your props. I gave you your props." Then Miss Nikki Baby always has to bring it back to her. Um, Nina asked Lil Fizz, and she was just like, "Did you feel some kind of way about Safari coming up to you talking about Nikki?" He was just like, "No." He was like, "It's good sauce. She got that good, good, like Ashanti. Got that good, good." When my man leave the house, I know he coming right back. Got that good, good. I got that good, good. Ah, y'all remember that song? But she was just like, no, she got the good, good. And, I understand him and I don't want him to get, lost in the sauce. Um, and I mean, it is what it is. And she's just like, what, Lil Fizz, you going on Miss Nikki? She was like, what, Fizz, you going on radio interviews and you're talking about me, and I just feel like you're just mad because you said this, because I said that Safari got better dick than you. He does. And Lil Fizz gave him a handshake. He was just like, okay, well, congratulations to Safari. Like, and Sneaker Baby was just like, you want me, I just look all good and stuff, and I would be mad if I wasn't with me too, and all that. This is why people don't like you, Nikki. That whole conceited act, that whole fake ass confident shit that you give, stop. Because at the end of the day, you had to go to Build a Bear to get some confidence about yourself. So stop. Stop with the foolishness. I think that you're a pretty girl. I think that you're exaggerated in the looks department, but I think that you're a pretty girl when you tone it down and not be all dramatic like a drag queen. And but stop. Everybody don't want you. Just because you think that you're beautiful and stunning, everybody wants you. Don't what they got to do with somebody else? Like, stop, sis. Just humble yourself. Like, you can be cool Nikki can be cool 1 minute, but then she start that old conceited ass at you want me, everybody want me, all that old bullshit. Sit down. Child, you like you finna pop like a damn air balloon. Sit down. Oh, child, just a mess. Safari, like the gentleman he is, he ended up apologizing to Rosa. I wouldn't have, but whatever. Um, so let's see. Uh, we get into Willie and Shonda, child. I almost forgot about them. Shonda sitting up there looking like a go-go dancer. But look, y'all let me know what's Shonda's Twitter handler because I have no idea what Shonda. I've been trying to find Shonda for the longest. I cannot find Shonda. I might be able to find her myself. Once I actually go on Twitter or something again. Once I, look up Love and Hip Hop Hollywood or whatever reunion. But I cannot find Shonda Twitter handle. I think it's something else. I don't think it's just Shonda or whatever. Or Day 26, Willie Taylor's wife. I'm sure it's not that. But I don't know what it is. But y'all let me know in the comments if y'all know Shonda's Willie Taylor's wife Twitter handler. Okay. So we get into the whole thing with Takesha, Kaeja, um Tarika. What's this child's name? Crazy ass bet. Takesha or Keisha, whatever. So they get into that whole thing. Shonda's sitting up there upset. She was pissed the whole time. Willie explained that, it was kind of like a jump off situation at first as to how he met the girl. Her crazy ass. She was just like, my homeboy was trying to mess around with her, and we was trying to set the whole thing up and gooping the girls, and the men, no, the boys on the stage started laughing. And they was just like, yeah, we understand that whole thing because we know all about that whole jump off situation and all that foolishness. Um, and it was just like, yeah, okay, we get it. Um, and Shauna was just like, this shit ain't funny. This is my life, and I completely agree with her. That shit wasn't funny, really. Um, a little bit to them, I guess, but I didn't think it was funny. It was just a weird, awkward moment. Like, why are you laughing? Okay. So anyway, Nina in her lemonade dress ends up calling out the crazy ass girl. She was just like, welcome her to the stage. She looked like she just left from prom, child. 89 year Rhythm Nation. Yeah, I was born. It was a good year. It was a productive year. It was a good year in music. 89 and movies. Yes, it was. Hmm. Hmm. So she came out there, Willie was just like, why the hell are you here? And this shit is crazy. I didn't ask for you. Nobody sent for you, dear beloved. Why are you here? She was just like, we was in love. It was like, no, we wasn't in love. She pops up and all this kind of shit. Jason making comments in the audience. I'm so over Jason. I would so much rather have Milan and Miles on the show. And Miles and Milan got on my nerves a little bit last season, but I would so much rather have, if you're gonna have a gay on the show, I would so much rather have Miles and Milan. And speaking of Jason, I just don't like the whole low key stereotype thing that's going on. Like, it was an issue seeing two men kiss on TV on Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. Y'all didn't like two men being intimate with each other. That was an issue. Two black men being intimate with each other. That's the issue. But y'all have a gay dude on the show that's playing the stereotypical gay role, the messy role, the drama filled role, you know, that whole thing, the keeping shit going role. Y'all will have him on there. But Jason, obviously he ain't with nobody that we know of, and of course they're not gonna show it. So y'all will have him on the show just being a typical, excuse my French, fag or whatever. But y'all don't want Miles and Milan on the show. Or, you just can't be intimate and be all up on each other. But you can just sit there and throw shade and be messy. And I can't stand that shit. Y'all tell me if y'all noticed that. I noticed that shade. And Jason just feeds into it for a check, child. So that's why I won't have respect for Jason. But I lost respect for Jason when he threw that drink in Hazel E's face. I think that's when everybody was done with Jason. So it's amazing to me that Mona and her wigs and her book bags brought him back. The whole book bags thing, that's a little reference from back in the day because Mona Scott Young, she used to be Missy Elliott's manager. If you didn't know that. So she used to carry book bags and big ass purses, still silverware in when they went to restaurants and shit. She was that girl. Okay. So anyway, Shonda gets up, she's upset, and Jason made an announcement. He was just like, let me tell you what the text message just said. The text message just said that from Willie said, "Oh, I want to see that pink pussy" or something, and then she said, "I want to suck your dick," and that was it. This whole 12-year thing, that was a lie. She's sitting over there looking stupid. The girl just did what she had to do for a check. Mona brought her on for drama, and I ain't mad at you, bitch, because Duke Power them, the light bill, they'll shut your shit off. They don't care if you just had a baby. They don't care about your grandma sick. They don't give a damn. They will shut your shit off. So Taisha, that lady, she had to do from Chicago. She had to do what the hell she had to do to keep her lights on. So do your thing. Do your thing. Shonda was just like, look, we still married. I still love him, but we separated. I can't be bothered. Shonda seems like one of the most genuine people on the show, and I have respect for her. Plus, I think she's really, really naturally pretty. She's a pretty girl. She is. Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. So we get into Brandy and Masika, child, Max, Lux, and Brandy, Lil B. So annoying, such a chihuahua. Brandy was just like, you know what? I am very loyal. And the reason I came at Masika the way that I came at Masika is because, my best friend had an issue with Masika because Masika tried to fuck her husband for a song or whatever. Masika was just like the barking, the you are a chihuahua, all those molars in your teeth. I cannot. Masika's little shades are everything. Brandon was just like, I am very loyal, and my husband, Max Lux, I don't have time for this foolishness. I'm sick of y'all, because you fake as fuck. You with Moniece, and talking about my son, and all that, talking about my son. Don't talk about my son. And I was just like, oh, God. Nobody can get a word in when it comes to Brandy. We had found out some new information that Max had made a video. He was in a video with Brandy when they was both dogging Masika and Moniece. And he was just like, look, I was just there for my wife. I love my wife, and it's just about being professional. She turns up a lot, but I can't help how she acts or how she feels in certain situations and stuff. And Max is basically defending Brandy, which is which is what he's supposed to do. This is his wife, but he has to defend her because then he'll look crazy. If people be like, why is you with this lunatic? This nutcase is what I was gonna say. Why are you with her? And you seem so cool and calm and all that. If y'all notice, in most relationships, it seems like it's somebody who's real turned up, real crazy, real out of control. Then it's somebody who's more laid back, calm, and collected. Versus, it's always something like that. It's always somebody who's kind of like who you can tell is the dominant one in the relationship and who's the submissive one. And I feel like in this instance, even though he's not that submissive, he's the only one that can really get Brandy under control. But still, I feel like Max is the submissive one in the relationship, and Brandy is obviously the dominant one, because she acts a fool. Um, so it was just like, this is crazy. Then Moniece throwing out from the audience that your husband just had a baby on you. I don't know where the hell they come from. So I was just like, all right, Moniece, I ain't heard nothing about that. Y'all let me know if y'all heard about Max Lux having a baby. I ain't hear nothing about that. So I'm not saying it ain't true. I just didn't hear nothing about it. Okay. So are we gonna move on from that? I think that's pretty much it. Um that happened with them. And of course they got nothing solved, and Brandy's still upset, and Masika was just like, this is ridiculous, and I just can't. They asked Lyrica, would she be checking for somebody if Lyrica had an issue with anybody A1 was messing with, would A1 take in consideration, yada yada. He was just like, yeah, that's my wife, and all that kind of shit. A1 was just being kind of, he just was acting weird tonight. Like, he was just trying to be funny and get jokes and be extra. I feel like he was just trying to distract everybody from all them damn pearls and all that damn leopard he had on. Child, I don't get it. All right. Well, speaking of them, let's just move on to them. They got into A1, them and the mamas and all that shit. Pam looked good, child. Pam got her new wig. It's still plastic, but Pam got her new wig. Lyrical mama, Lyrical G, Lyrical Senior, she's sitting up there with that same old dry ass, tired ass wig from back when she was do wop pop popping with Tina Turner in the review, Ike Turner in the review, back in the 60s and 70s, child. Oh, tell me why you're just a fool. I know you in love one more time. Hey, 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 yeah. Why he treats you like you do if he's such a good man? Doom, 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 doom. Doom, doom. Yes, it used to be my song. And what was my other song? It's just all the damn songs by them. It's everything. These men ain't shit, a lot of them. But they are music geniuses. They really are. Okay, Lyrical Pam was just like, you know what? I accepted Lyrical from day one. I know this, that's his fiance, I know that's his wife, and that's her mother, but this is my son. This is my son, and my son will go put me out on the street. Because Nina asked Pam, how did you feel when Lyrical G asked, did you find your own place yet? She was just like, it don't matter. I felt like it was inappropriate. She rubbed me the wrong way because that's his wife, that's her mother, but that's my son, and my son will go put me out. I was like, all right, Pam. It was just a really funny segment. They showed Lyrical Garrett showing out this whole time. She's just shaking her head. But she never really apologized for anything. And I'm just like, this woman just really just freaking evil. Like, I can't. Lyrical was just like, yeah, well, I mean, it is what it is. And we weren't going to never put Pam out. I feel like a lot of shit was obviously judged up for the cameras. But I do think that it was real. I do think that Lyrical Senior can't stand Pam for whatever reason. It can be anything really. So they started to fight, not fight. They had to. I said fight because I'm watching Black Ink Crew Chicago, and so it looks like Don's Cat and Four's now girlfriend have had a issue. So y'all stay tuned for my Black Ink Chicago review after this. But that was pretty much it. Pam was just like, you know what, and I like her. I like her. Lyrical was just like, oh, and I like you too. I do. Lyrical goes on to say, I love my daughter, and the way that she is now is not just because of, I know she's grown because Pam had said something. She was just like, I know, it's not just because of who she is. It's because I trained her to be this way. And I'm just like, oh, this lady, please get off my stage. She's like a mask, like a Halloween mask. Like, I'm done. She thinks she's so fly and fabulous and fierce. Lyrical definitely should have helped her mama out in the hair department. That don't make no damn sense. Lyrical's hair has been looking good this season, and it looked great on the reunion. I love that big black curly hair on her. She looks beautiful. She needs to help her mama out. For her mama to be this bad bitch like she claimed that she is, you need to be on point all the time, right? Am I wrong? No. Okay. So moving on from that whole scene, and also Lyrical G, she was just like, yeah, A1 had lipo. Lyrical got her boobs done because apparently A1, he was like, I'm not coming on TV like that, and he had got some lipo, and Lyrical got her boobs done. They got them done at the same time so that they can be TV ready. So whatever, I guess. Okay. What was the last thing I want to talk about? TT, Tiara, that criminal. No, I'm just kidding. Tiara, she, they get into her. I hate that red wig. Oh gosh. Tiara's hair this whole season has been ridiculous. It has been beyond foolery. It's like she took it all the way back to season 1 of Braxton Family Values. I cannot with her hair. I cannot, and I will not, and I won't not. I sound real congested right now, I'm sure, because I am, y'all. I woke up and I'm congested. It's just weather. It's this cold setting in, and I always get sick. Anyway, um, yeah, I hate the wigs. I do. um. Anyway, Tiara was started talking about her drinking habits, and she was just like, "I am a beast when I'm drunk. You know, I ain't got no fear. I do whatever. I say whatever." Um, and Miss Nikki, baby, she was sitting right beside her, and she compared her to her brother's situation, as we saw, and she was just like, "I just, you know, he had a chemical imbalance, and one minute he can be cool, next minute he's not." And I definitely see her like going down that same road, and I definitely do not want that for her. And so I was just like, yeah, that's nice that Tiara and Nikki are cool. Also, well, we saw it more so last season when Tiara and Moniece were cool, and they still are very close. So it's very interesting. But I heard through the grapevine. I heard it through the grapevine. Oh, come on, Gladys Knight. We got all the divas in this review. Um, I heard that Moniece and Nikki has kind of buried the hatchet. But you know, they'll never be friends. Their personality is just too, no, it's never gonna work. Um, she was just like, you know, I just want her to be better. They asked Hazel E about her comments. I don't. They didn't show Masika. I don't know what the hell Masika was. I think she actually exited the building, once Hazel got there. But Hazel, she was just like, you know, when I stayed with Tiara, I've been knowing Tiara about like 10 years. We've been real cool for the longest, but you know, I definitely noticed the alcohol issue. Nina asked Ray J how he felt, and he was just like, I never really noticed alcoholism like that with her, but you know, the fact that she's admiring the fact that she has a issue, which is fine. Um, Lyrical brought up the fact that you know Tiara looks great. She's lost about 15 or 10 pounds. I couldn't tell. Y'all let me know if y'all do. But I guess you can't really tell off 15 or 10 pounds. I guess off some people, but I couldn't, you know. So, um, that was that pretty much. And it was just like, you know, we wish you the best. Her case apparently is still pending. They pushed her date back. So it's like a actual open case with her, and the whole Uber driver thing. So hopefully Tiara, you know, gets squared away and, you know, she don't have to go to jail or anything. So I think on the inside, you know, she really is a good girl. But she just need to get it the fuck together. And she been saying she gonna get it together for the longest and she still haven't. So maybe this whole thing can finally just woke her ass up a little bit. Sometimes God throws you things in your life that make you sit your ass down for real. You know, because if you want to be somebody, if you want to go somewhere, you better wake up and pay attention. All right. Um, and that was pretty much it, y'all. The last thing that happened was Nina going around the room and telling everybody, Nia Riley and all her red, she was just like, I just want people to leave kids out of it. Don't talk about people's kids. Um, Lil Fizz was just like, Max, I love you. You're my brother, and I'm sorry, you know, for anything and all that kind of stuff. You know, Lil Fizz is not the gangster type. Neither is Max, really. Max was just shaking his head like, yeah, I feel you. Ray J was just like, yeah, brotherhood. Fizz mentioned that, you know, they killing our black men and we need to stick together, yada yada. But the women can't do that. You know, they can't come together and be one because, you know, child. So, Nina asked Brandy, would you ever be cool with Moniece and, you know, all that. And Brandy was just like, I just can't. Every time I hear that name, I just hear what she said about my son and this and that. And I'm just like, Brandy, girl, I agree. Kids should be off limits. Don't talk about people's kids, but if you're constantly coming at somebody, and coming at somebody, of course they're gonna hit you where it hurts. Like it's all fair game. Like did nobody touch your child, you know? And Moniece ain't that crazy to do nothing like that. All she did was just said something, which was ugly and horrible and terrible. But shit, like all the anger that you're harboring just over words, like bitch, let it go. Child, we all grow up. We all get bullied. You know, I'm sure your son's gonna go through way more than just some crazy bitch named Moniece calling him out his name. Child, please. I don't. He wouldn't even care anyway. I don't think. Anyway, you love your son, and I think her son is adorable. So Moniece was just saying shit because she was mad. Um, let's see. That's pretty much it. Safari gets up, and everybody was just like, "Safari, sit down," because he obviously wanted a group hug moment, and they was just like, "No, we not doing that group hug shit and all that." I wish they really would just come together and group hug like they do on the other shows, like on the Housewives and on other similar shows, because y'all all have issues with each other, but y'all all have a platform to do something a little positive with the show. And so I wish they did kind of give a group hug moment, but they didn't, so whatever. Anyway, that was it. I would like to thank all of you guys for sticking with me on this Love and Hip Hop Hollywood journey. It's been fun. I really appreciate y'all, all the subscribers. Y'all are great. All the new ones, all the old heads. Love y'all. Everything. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Darlings, I will be reviewing Love and Hip Hop New York. It's coming on in like 2 weeks or so. So that's going to be exciting. And you guys stay tuned and, you know, look out for those shout outs. If y'all name the song that I was singing earlier in this review, in my Real Housewives of Atlanta review next week. So, all right, talk to you guys later. Chase King is out of here, darlings. All my information being bottom bar below. Bye. Love, peace, and